Video 3, Trees Will Save the World. But first, I want to tell you how to kill a forest. It's harder than you might think, so I want to dispel a myth. To kill a forest, we must cut down the trees. That part is obvious. But logging, not even clear fell logging, will kill a forest. It will regrow from the seeds or roots. The way to kill a forest is to burn the branches, trunks, roots, saplings, grass, whatever other vegetation remains. Unless you burn, and burn repeatedly, that forest will regrow. It's a lot of effort. It takes a determined effort to make sure the forest does not come back. You can see from these NASA satellite images that the world is on fire in those areas where forests compete with agriculture. These are 10-day periods in the northern and southern hemisphere dry seasons, and you can see that Africa and South America stand out. 80 to 90% of these fires are intentionally lit. Why would we go to this effort? What is the real cause of deforestation? And the answer is very simple. Just look at the land use after the event. So animal agriculture is the biggest cause by a long shot, as we saw from the diagram on how we use our planet. So logging does not kill forests. Food kills forests. And going back to the end of the last ice age, even before the Bronze Age, we had the tools to cause deforestation. We had stone axes and fire, and we used them with great effect to convert land for the agricultural revolution. In 2019, a group of more than 100 experts published a study of how agriculture spread in the last 10,000 years. This wide-ranging work included maps of how pastoralism or grazing spread. As the brown turns to blue, you can see how grazing and deforestation spread from the Fertile Crescent of the Middle East across Africa, Europe, Asia, then the Americas and Australia. Emissions from this deep history deforestation were immense. Professor Jed Kaplan of the Planck Institute has also studied deep history agriculture. He estimated that deforestation for agriculture has released 1,250 gigatons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere up until 1850, shown here in cumulative emissions. That's more carbon dioxide that has been released from all fossil fuels burnt. So here is the surprising message. Deforestation has caused more greenhouse emissions than fossil fuels. And we know what causes deforestation: food. Did you catch that? Food has been the cause of more emissions than fossil fuels. And that's just deforestation, not counting the methane or nitrous oxide and other gases. Of course, much of the carbon has come back to Earth in the oceans and other vegetation. But as we continue to burn and cultivate, we keep our food-producing areas, the largest areas on the planet, in a constant state of low carbon. Modelling the global carbon storage done at the University of Illinois by Salish Rao and others found that global grazing lands hold just 6% of the global carbon average per hectare. Treating these lands as we do with fire and overgrazing in many areas, we're keeping the land in a constant state of extreme low carbon. Images like this are seen on almost all continents. There's not much carbon there. But the area of grazing lands is huge, a third of the planet, which brings us to the good news story. Without grazing livestock, we have an opportunity to store more than 30 gigatons of carbon dioxide per year, to pull it out of the atmosphere and store it in trees, shrubs, grasses and soil. So land carbon goes hand in hand with agriculture. Therefore, it's only logical to include this carbon storage opportunity cost when we do carbon accounting for livestock. If we didn't have livestock there, we would be drawing down the carbon. We're fooling ourselves if we think grazing livestock and trees and vegetation are separate. The fact is, they come as a package. We choose between trees and livestock by what we eat. But the payoff is huge. We can draw down almost all fossil fuel emissions since 1850 by rewilding grazing lands. How about that?